Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation News fans. Bachelor Grant Ellis faced claims he was torn between Juliana and Licia. The reality star denied that it was a last-minute decision. Grant shared the moment he knew he was going to choose Juliana. Keep reading for the sweet details. Bachelor Nation fans blast Grant for treatment of Final 2. Grant Ellis made a huge misstep for Bachelor Nation leads. He said, "I love you" to both of his final two contestants, Juliana Pasquarosa and Licia. While he may have had strong feelings for both of them, he could only propose to one. Licia was 100% sure she was getting a ring after her last conversation with Grant before the final rose ceremony. But she didn't get a ring. Licia got the goodbye speech before Grant went on to propose to Juliana. Bachelor viewers, including third-place runner-up Zoe McGrady, were shocked by Grant's decision. Many viewers could relate to Licia's angry reaction to getting dumped and accused Grant of leading her on. Bachelor Grant Ellis reveals when he knew Juliana was the one. Grant Ellis and Licia have very different accounts of what went down the night before the final rose ceremony. He previously denied being torn between Juliana and Licia. In an interview with Bustle after the season finale, Grant revealed when he knew Juliana was the one for him. He told the outlet that he went into The Bachelor knowing he would get engaged. "I wasn't going to go through that and not get down on one knee. That's what I came there to do," Grant said. Several past Bachelor leads have said they knew who they would choose from night one. But Grant admitted that it took him a little longer before he knew Juliana was the one for him. He said he knew for sure during hometown dates. "When I met Jules' family, I started to know that's something I wanted," he said. His dad also played an important role in his decision. "Then when my dad came and spoke to me in the finale, he gave me the comments I needed to have the courage to go with my heart, regardless of any circumstance that might get in the way of how I was feeling. It helped me ground myself," Grant explained. It happened much quicker for Juliana. She knew almost immediately. ABC drops hour-plus video of Juliana and Grant's love story. Once the Bachelor lead has picked the winner, many viewers can look back and see the connection forming. However, Grant Ellis feels that season 29 viewers never got to see that with him and Juliana. Juliana and Grant both feel that the show edited their connection to make it seem more surface instead of showing the deeper connection between them. In a rare move, ABC posted an hour-plus video of unseen moments between Juliana and Grant on YouTube. The 80-minute video tracks their relationship from the moment Juliana got out of the limo on night one right up to their engagement. Do you agree with Grant that the show didn't show the real connection he had with Juliana? Sound off in the comments. The moment Grant Ellis walked onto the set of The Bachelor, he was prepared for everything, except, perhaps, for falling completely and utterly in love. Now, for the first time since the finale aired, Grant is opening up about the moment he knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that Juliana was the one he was meant to be with. A journey of love and heartbreak. For weeks, fans watched as Grant navigated the roller coaster of emotions that came with dating 25 women at once. From the glamorous group dates to the tearful eliminations, every moment was filled with tension and passion. But through it all, one woman kept standing out: Juliana Monroe. Juliana, the 27-year-old pediatric nurse from Austin, Texas, wasn't the flashiest contestant. She didn't cause drama. She wasn't trying to steal the spotlight. Instead, she quietly captured Grant's heart in ways even he didn't see coming. "When I first met her, there was something different," Grant reveals in an exclusive interview. "She wasn't trying too hard. She wasn't playing a game. She was just real." The defining moment. But what was the exact moment Grant knew Juliana was the one? "It was during the hometown dates," he says, his voice softening as he recalls the memory. "We were sitting in her parents' backyard in Austin, and she had just finished telling me a story about her childhood. She got this look in her eyes, this mixture of nostalgia and happiness, and she laughed. Grant pauses, running a hand through his perfectly tousled hair. That laugh, it was so genuine, so completely her, and I knew. I knew in that instant that I never wanted to go a single day of my life without hearing that laugh again. The competition he never saw coming. Of course, it wasn't that simple. As fans remember, there was still another woman in the picture. Lauren Davenport, the fiery fashion influencer from Los Angeles. Many thought she was the frontrunner, and even Grant admits she had him questioning his feelings. Lauren was incredible, Grant admits. She was confident, beautiful, and we had undeniable chemistry. But with Juliana, it was different. It wasn't just passion, it was home. A shocking finale. As the finale approached, fans were torn. Some rooted for Juliana's quiet grace, while others championed Lauren's bold energy. And when it came time for the final rose ceremony, tensions were at an all-time high. I was standing there, holding the final rose, and I remember looking at both of them, Grant says. Lauren was standing tall, exuding confidence. Juliana, on the other hand, looked nervous, vulnerable, but in that moment I knew I had to follow my heart. In front of millions of viewers, Grant whispered the words that would change everything. Juliana, it's always been you. Where they stand now, months after the finale, fans are still clamoring to know, are Grant and Juliana still together? Yes, Grant says with a grin, and we're happier than ever. The couple has since moved in together in Nashville, where they're planning their future. We're taking things day by day, but I know one thing for sure. I've never been more certain about anything in my life. And as for wedding bells, let's just say, Grant teases, stay tuned. So there you have it. The moment Bachelor Grant Ellis knew Juliana was the one, and the fairy tale that's still unfolding. Stay tuned, Bachelor Nation, because this love story is just getting started. Grant Ellis has never been one to hold back, whether it's in love, competition, or in front of millions of viewers who tuned in every week to watch his journey on The Bachelor. But now, in this exclusive interview, he finally spills the moment he knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that Juliana was the one. And trust us, you won't see this coming. The beginning of something unforgettable. From the moment Juliana stepped out of the limo, there was an undeniable spark. Dressed in an emerald green gown that caught the moonlight just right, she radiated confidence and warmth. But for Grant, it wasn't just about a first impression, it was something deeper. I remember thinking, wow, she's beautiful, but then she spoke, and it wasn't just her voice, it was her presence. She carried herself in a way that made me feel like I had known her forever. Grant recounts, his signature smirk turning into something softer. I think that's when I knew I had to pay attention to her. But knowing she was the one, that took time. The moment that changed everything. There was this night, off camera. The producers had given us a little break before the final weeks. We weren't supposed to see each other, but somehow Juliana found a way. He chuckles, shaking his head at the memory. I was exhausted, questioning everything. Was I making the right choices? Was this real? And then she knocked on my door. She didn't say anything at first. She just sat beside me. And we stayed like that, in silence, for what felt like hours. No cameras, no pressure, just us. And then it hit him. I remember looking at her and thinking, this is it. This is what forever feels like. The proposal that almost didn't happen. By the time the final rolled around, fans were on the edge of their seats. Would Grant pick Juliana, or would he let the weight of reality TV pressures cloud his judgment? But what fans didn't know was that behind the scenes, Grant had a moment of panic. The night before the proposal, I almost backed out. He admits, rubbing his face as if reliving the moment. I was overwhelmed. I thought, what if I'm wrong? What if she says no? But then he remembered that night. The silence, the peace, and he knew. So, with a trembling hand and a heart pounding like never before, Grant got down on one knee. And Juliana? She said yes before he could even finish asking. What's next for the couple? Since the show ended, life hasn't slowed down for the couple. Wedding plans are in full swing, and despite the skeptics, Grant insists their love is as real as it gets. I get why people doubt reality TV romances, he says. But at the end of the day, what we have is bigger than a show. It's real, and I can't wait to spend forever proving that to her. As for whether cameras will follow them down the aisle, Grant laughs. Let's just say never. One thing's for sure, America fell in love with their story, and now they'll be watching to see what comes next. Final thoughts: why this love story is different. So many Bachelor love stories fizzle out after the final rose, but Grant and Juliana's feels different. Maybe it's because of that one quiet moment, or maybe, just maybe, it's because this time it really is forever.